Hi, my name's Alison. I'm a member of the Wilton Singers. Thanks so much for buying our cookbook and for checking out this recipe. As you can see, this is less of a recipe and more of a how-to guide because with a charcuterie board, the options are endless and completely up to you. You can use whatever you have on hand, swap out the dips, the types of meat and cheese. If you don't like olives, swap them for nuts. If you don't like nuts, swap it for pickles. You get the idea. In this video, I'll show you the simple steps to put together a colorful and cohesive board that will wow your family and friends. The first step is to grab a board or platter. You can get creative with this one. I've used a Christmas tree pan, baskets with a wooden bottom, a regular or old sheet tray. Anything will look nice once you add a layer of doilies and cover it in food. I'm doing a medium-sized board today that'll probably feed about 10 to 15 people, or dinner for 3 since this is what we'll be having tonight. But you can make this as large or small as you need, depending on the number you're trying to serve. Now that you've picked out your board, gather your toppings. This is the most time-consuming part since it generally requires a lot of chopping. You can always change this up as you go, based on how the colors and spacing work out, but make sure you have them ready to go so you're not going in and out of the fridge 1,000 times. If you're preparing dips, they usually taste better after they've had time to marinate, so they can be made up to a day before. This spinach dip from Coors is one of my favorites, always a crowd pleaser. It's great in a bread bowl as well. Vegetables can be pre-sliced and kept moist with a damp paper towel in the fridge overnight. Once you have all your ingredients, you're ready to build your board. Take out an assortment of cups and bowls. I like to use a real Mod Podge to make it visually interesting. Place them randomly around the board with space in between. Don't overthink it, you can always move them around later. Start by placing clumps of grapes around the outside of the board. They make great accents to pull it together visually. Make sure you cut them into small bunches so people can take what they want rather than pulling off one by one. Decide where your dip bowls are going to be and spread the dippers around them. Start with the vegetables. Next, place your cheese slices and meats. I usually do this on the opposite side of the board. If you're making this in advance of a party or traveling with it, I suggest waiting to add chips or crackers or bread until it's close to serving so they don't get stale or soggy. No one wants a soft cracker. Fill your bowls with little bites of your choice. I'm going with nuts and olives, but you can really get creative here. Use pumpkin seeds, pretzels, pistachios, candy if you want. You can really change it up and make whatever you'd like. When you're close to ready to serve it, go ahead and add your dry dippers and their dips. Fill in any gaps with grapes or berries. Make sure you have some spoons to scoop out the dips and toothpicks handy. I find a small shot glass usually holds them perfectly. If you have them, a few sprigs of rosemary or mint as a garnish always looks nice. And there you have it, simple ingredients, but all that wow factor. Thanks so much for following along with me. I hope this makes your holiday season special.